Ryan, I want to play a small fun game with you. I'm going to read some snacks. These are snacks that are all unhealthy but commonly eaten. And I need you to sort of tell me alternatives. This is my way of stealing some interesting meal ideas plan from your sort of nutritional plans that you share. Um, so starting with the first, instant noodles.
Switch to vegetable based noodles, meaning the instead of maida or flour or any refined flour inside the noodle, go with noodles that are extracted from beetroot, zucchini, capsicum. Um, you could also look at whole grains. So instead of having pure flour, you could have the whole wheat atta or whole ragi, whole amaranth as a part of your noodles.
Biscuits and cookies.
Absolute no. I would say biscuit and cookies not from a nutritional point of view, but just from a dessert point of view. And to replace biscuit and cookies, I would go with pistas, almonds, walnuts because these are nutritionally more power packed. Yes, they are calorie dense like a biscuit because the calorie density of a biscuit and sugar is high, but the nature's equivalent matching, in my opinion, would be a dry fruit trail mix or a dry fruit laddu.
Hmm. Chai and coffee. Milk based, sugar based chai and coffee.
India hates me for this because I say don't drink tea and don't drink coffee, drink black tea and black coffee. That's what I ask. And if I can quickly delve into this, anyone who joins your company and every day drinks 2 cups of milk tea or milk coffee with 2 teaspoons of sugar is a 5.5 kg weight gain in the whole year only from that cup of milk tea and sugar tea.
Guys,
5.5
we're
kg
removing
weight
the
gain.
CCD machine out.
Whereas if you have black tea or black coffee, no sugar, no milk, it is a 0 calorie gain in the year, therefore zero weight gain. So people say, why do I need tea and coffee? Because you're nutritionally unsound. Your brain cannot go for 3 hours in a podcast because I'm tired, I didn't eat correctly. Chai, coffee, sab kuch lene ka hai. Boss, you're nutritionally unsound. Therefore, you need the caffeine fix. It's not a caffeine fix. You eat correctly for 6 weeks. I promise you, you'll be on a high. You don't need tea, coffee. And then when you take tea, coffee, it's green tea, white tea, black tea.
Chips.
I've got a soft spot for chips, and I think it's got to do with my snacking gene and my salt metabolism. So I think my body tells me to crave for chips. So what I do is I go in for olives, I go in for homemade kakras, gluten-free kakras. Um, Chips appeal to us because of the flavor profile. So if you can create salt, sugar, and umami on rusk biscuit. So what I do is I get gluten-free rusk biscuit because I'm gluten sensitive. My mouth is actually watering. And I buy onion relish, olive tapenade, and a little bit of mayo, and a little bit of salt and pepper, and 2 drops of organic tomato sauce. I mix all of that and put it on my organic rusk and I eat it. Now I get the crunch because it's rusk, hard. The calorie content on this is lesser because the chips packet is what? I'll eat only 2 rusk. But a chips packet is large. So one tip, if you ever buy a chips packet, try and get the 10 rupee chips packet. So in my house, 3 of us are sharing a 10 rupee chips packet. We are all fighting for that biggest 2 pieces of wafer in that chips packet. And then everyone's like, we're all human, but go smaller on your chips packet because on the lips, straight to the hips.
Chivda.
So chuda is, I think, very good. But what's happened over a period of time, the chuda is being put into a fried process. So you want to go for the baked process. I think spices are okay. Like if you have coriander, you have bay leaf, you have masala, pepper, all of this is turmeric, all of this is okay. The problem is that oil coming in and then the sugar. I know a lot of people add a little bit of sugar to get sugar, salt, spice, all of that flavors coming in.
Bhujia.
I think there's a bhujia industry out there. They might put a hit on me and I might be assassinated. So I'll be very cautious about bhujia. It's very close to a lot of people's heart. I would say that this fat craving, there is a gene actually, Saloni, for people being inclined towards a sweet tooth or a fat craving. So bhujia, kachori, samosa, batata vada, these are all coming in that zone. Just do portion control is what I tell people. And the problem is, can bhujias be bought in portion control? That I don't know. So that's one food I would not take panga with. I would not go into battle. And I don't think there's an alternative because, bhujia is really nice. So it's kind of like, do I really deserve this? So I would do bhujia after a heavy workout or before a heavy workout. Go and burn it off.
The thing is, when you work out and you do a good workout, I don't think one should have any craving of bhujia.
That's why I say to people, because you feel so good after a workout. And then you're like, dude, I did so many squats. You bhujia are not worthy to come into my body.
Absolutely. It's the days when I miss my workout that I end up eating unhealthy.
And only about 3% of urban India actually works out. So when 90% of India is probably not working out, they don't understand the power of what a workout does to the endorphin release. So endorphin is a feel good factor. So I go to work, I'm tired. I run my household, I take care of my family, I feel tired. I got so many things to do, I feel tired. I go for a workout, I feel tired, but the added vector there is endorphins. But once you begin to start working out, what happens is most people who start working out, they'll buy a nice pair of shoes, good clothes, good attire. It begins to look fit better, a little bit tighter fitting. So because you're going to lose weight and all. Now suddenly you're working hard for 45 minutes to 1 hour. Every day you're in conversation with yourself कि भाई मेरे को करने का है, भाई मेरे को करने का है. You're motivating yourself as a coach. So suddenly when you see these foods that are not supposed to go into you, आप पूछे भाई तू मेरे लायक का नहीं है, मैं इतना मेहनत कर रहा हूँ, आप मेरे शरीर के अंदर नहीं आ सकते. That is a diet plan. Because once you start working out, body is like, bhai, I will tell you that you need to eat these things. So if India can begin to start walking, yoga, workout, but not 2 days in a week, go consistently 5 days a week. I work out 7 days a week because I go 2 days off. Now I've come to Bombay, 3-4 days I'll be off. I'll be like, Arey, I'll wait for another 1 week. You lose the plot. So you got to keep your body under check. And exercise is the best check to control your taste bud. That automatically your brain says, bhai, I'll give you one thappot if you eat that.
Farsan, I think similar to chivada and bhujia.
Yeah, the moment you said farzan, I'm thinking Irani cutting chai. So I was like, wow, how do you battle stuff that tastes so good? Chewing gum. So I've had people who have an addiction to traditional foods, right? I had this one lady, jalebi. She said, I have jalebi craving every day. I can afford it. I have a jalebi chef also. So I was like, how do I battle jalebi, man? Like, you can't win with jalebi. There's no way.
Ryan, you have the toughest job, I tell you.
You'll be like,
growing hair is easier than making people lose weight.
You can be Barack Obama's nutritionist. You can be Mr. Narendra Modi's nutritionist. You can't fight jalebi, boss. Just not possible. So then I was like, chewing gum. So like, huh? Chewing gum. I was like, madam, you put chewing gum and you start chewing it after lunch. 2 realizations. When we eat food, a little bit of the food remains in the side of your teeth. Suddenly ना 3 घंटे के बाद वो जो लंच का जो चूड़ा का पीस या जो राइस का पीस वो निकल जाता है, टेस्ट बड के ऊपर पहुंचता है. ए भाई उठो, जागो जागो, दूसरा मील लेके जाओ. You start chewing gum or brushing your teeth, you don't feel a craving. Have you seen people traditionally in India chew gudka? Why? So that they don't eat. A lot of drivers, truck drivers, shooting crews have to shoot 6, 7, 8 hours. They can't get up to eat. They chew some gudka or something like that. It's to suppress the hunger. I believe the mouth freshener cuts off the link between, oh, you're hungry and something into stomach. Plus, chewing is a methodology to send a signal back to your brain on satiety, feeling of fullness. One of the side effects of chewing gum is a little bit more burping because you're putting air into your system. But between air and jalebi, I think air is better.
Okay, on that note, pakoda or bhajia?
Now I'm feeling hungry. Pakoda and bhajia. So here's the thing, okay? I like pakoda and I like bhajia. Recently, my housekeeping lady came to me and said she could make both in the air fryer, which means from deep fry, I've gone to just, she's bought this paintbrush, a silicone paintbrush, and she puts a little bit of oil on top of that and puts it into the air fryer. So I think if you can uh, do pakoda, bhajia on a rainy day, on once or twice a month, ठीक है भाई कोई बात नहीं लेकिन अगर हर दिन हेलो जोमेटो जिगी जो भी ई कॉमर्स ऐप है भाई जोमेटो सेल मी कचौरी बटाटा वाटा समोसा इट्स you're losing a battle, you just won't win. And by the way, pakora, oh, sorry, what was it? Pakora and
Bhajia.
bhajia, homemade.
Hmm.
Why? बाहर का जो होता है
Quality of oil.
सेम ऑयल डंग 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 नाउ आफ्टर 3 fries it becomes engine oil and then your piston ring goes after that. घर का तेल, actually in my house once we had a fight because I came back home and there was this golden oil. I'm like Mona ये क्या है सर, ये तो हम लोग चिकन फ्राई किया तो रख दिया, कल यूज करेगा. Anytime you fry the oil, it becomes trans fat. And trans fat, especially for women, causes kujli in the ovaries to create polycystic ovarian disorder. All the teenage girls today are eating fried food. It is going and doing kujli in your ovaries. Once your ovaries get kujli, the hormonal disruption is there. Because of PCOD, you have insulin resistance. It started at 13, 14 with pakora and bhajjas, which she was eating in the school canteen. So, girls, if you're listening in, please do not eat fried food no matter your craving. Get your craving checked from a nutritional deficiency point of view. Parents, it's your God given responsibility to check this problem. And in addition to this, we're eating too much of sugar, which is again affecting the hormonal balance in women.
Makes sense. And that brings me to my last snack, which is एक आइसक्रीम या चॉकलेट कुछ तो खाने के बाद.
I love chocolate. In fact, researchers said that cacao bean, which is the original source of chocolate before you produce chocolate, releases stem cells or beauty cells. So I use it in athletes for recovery by giving them dark chocolate, very little sugar. And trust me, I've had 10 to 15-year-old swimmers. Initially, Uncle Ryan, bad taste, bad taste. But today, if I meet those teenagers, they're like, we love dark chocolate, right? So I would go with chocolate, not the commercial one where when you take the label, each 100 grams of chocolate, there is 50 grams of sugar, but it is calling it dark chocolate. The sugar has to be under 20 grams per 100 grams. Let's do that. Okay. Now, once you have under 20 grams of sugar, your quality of chocolate has to be better, and that's really affecting you. What was the other one?
Ice cream.
Ice cream. Ice cream is mostly air, so you could win the argument saying that अरे भाई उसमें हवा है तो कुछ नहीं होते. But ice cream is also 60 to 80% fat. Now ice cream, thank God, is mostly consumed in the hot season. So अगर आप ice cream use कर रहे, I would say shift from fat-based ice cream, dairy-based ice creams to fruit-based popsicles or gelato, जहाँ sugar नहीं होता है. So me and my kid, we make beautiful mango popsicle, mango kulfi, banana kulfi. That day he was like, Papa, I am doing carrot and mango. I am like, in my head, I'm thinking, dude, that's not going to taste really nice. Parents, don't stop your children from experimenting into the kitchen. Let your child come into the kitchen. Because once they start coming to the kitchen, if they make something, he ate 4 popsicles that he made of mango and carrot. I tasted it and I went, now that's the adult brain. The kid brain says, I made this is healthy, carrot is good in vitamin A, mango is good in fiber, and blah, blah, blah. And he came up with his own logical nutritionist son conviction. So ice creams are good, reduce the sugar. This is one place when I tell people sugar free, I would be thumbs up if it has sorbitol or maltitol as a sweetener, but don't eat ice cream every day. Once a week, you want to eat ice cream as a celebration. Yeah, it's okay. Portion control. Normally for motapa people, I say 1 scoop, 1 ice cream scoop. For leaner people, skinnier people, and you don't have cholesterol problem, then have 2 scoops. Everybody else in India, get in touch with Ryan Fernando. We will tell you whether you can eat ice cream. Ice cream मंजूर है या ice cream आपको थप्पड़ दे रहा है.